Hey there, today I'll be showing you how to draw Mettaton EX from Undertale. So I'm going to draw her right eye, starting from the top and the center here. I'm going to curve up to the outer edge of the eye. From here, let's draw the bottom edge. So from this point to the top, we're going to curve in the opposite direction. And then back up to the top. Let's draw in the iris and pupil. So in the center here, at the top, we'll draw a circle. And then on the top left, we're just going to draw a smaller circle for a highlight. And then in the center of this iris, we're going to draw another circle, the pupil, tucked in underneath that highlight. Let's go and draw on some eyelashes. So from the front top edge here, we're going to curve out and just taper out a little curve that goes up, down, and then flares out at the end. And from that tip, we're just going to bring that right into the side of the eye. Let's color that in black. Now from here, I'm going to draw in the front and top edge of the hair. So up above the eye, right about here, we're going to curve down to the side of the head. From here, this hair covers the left eye, so we're just going to take this point and curve to the outside, just above the eye, and just kind of flick that out. From here, from this point here to about here, we're going to draw the profile of the face down towards the chin. So from this point, I'm going to curve around the side of the face, down to where the chin would be, right about there, and we're going to curve up in the opposite direction for the other side. Let's go ahead and draw in the mouth. So we're just going to give her a small little smile. From the left to right, we're just going to draw a little curve that goes up. We're going to draw a little bracket on the end. Now from this point on the outside of the mouth to that point, we're just going to draw a small curve that goes up like this. If you want, you can thicken up the bottom edge just to give her a little bit of lip. And then we're going to go up here, just above the mouth, and just draw a little curve, almost like a little C shape for the nose. Let's go ahead and draw some of that detail on her face. So just below this bottom eye, draw a curve that goes around the mouth, and on the side here we're just going to draw a straight line angled up to the side of her head. Inside the space, we're just going to draw two angled lines. Let's go ahead and draw in the eyebrow. So from the edge of this hair, we're going to curve up above the eye. We're going to go straight across, and we're going to go straight up from that little point there. Up above the eyebrow, we're going to draw two black dots. Okay, so we got the face. Let's get into the hair. So the hair from up here curves down. So what we want to do is we want to draw some of the little fringes on the hair on the side here. So just going to curve up and in and then go back out. So here I want to curve up to about here to go up to the side of the head. Now from this point I want to curve around the top of the head. But up about here above this eye, I want to draw a little part. So go like this, and then here we flare out, and we're going to bring that back in. Now from this point, I want to curve out the opposite side of the head. And then this is going to curve down. So the hair is quite short, so right about here. So from this point, I want to curve in, and I'm going to rotate and curl that out just like that. Pull that back in, do another flare. And now from this point, I just want to curve in underneath the chin. Let's draw this side. We're just going to draw some hair in the background here. So from just underneath this hair, we'll curl out, curl back in, go back out, and then tuck that in underneath the head. Okay, so we got the face. Let's get into the body. So we're going to start with the neck. So I'm going to have her in the standing position, sort of bending her body this way. So all the weight's going to be on the front leg over here. Let's start with the neck. So underneath the chin, we're going to do two angled lines going over towards the left. We'll connect those 2 points with a curve. Inside here, I'm just going to draw two curves just to give it that sort of metallic look. Now from the sides of the neck, we're going to flare out the sides of the chest. So up here on the corner of the neck, we're going to go up a little bit, curve out towards the left, we're going to curve out towards the right. You can see that I'm sort of turning the body this way, because the upper body I want to turn this way, the lower torso I want to turn it this way. So from those 2 points, I'm going to curve and connect them. I'm just going to draw a little trim. Trim the bottom, and then up here I'm just going to trim the top as well, just to separate it out a little bit. On this side of her chest, she's got this little logo. So basically, we're going to start on the top. We're going to draw a circle, leaving the top open. From those two ends, we're going to come down with two equal length lines, and we're just going to close it off with a straight line. Over here, she has what looks like little speaker holes. So start with a circle in the middle. Now we're going to go up, draw a dot, we're going to go down, and draw a dot. And so we're just basically making this little cross pattern. And then in between these two, we're going to draw another dot and in between the other 4 areas, we'll do the dot. Okay, so we got the chest. Let's get into the shoulders. So she's got these huge shoulder pads that stick out. So from where the neck meets the chest line, I'm going to draw a curve that goes out to the tip of the shoulder pads on both sides, equal length. Now from these 2 points, I'm going to curve in. So from this point, I'm just going to curve that right in, and on the right side we'll do the same thing, making sure that we come down to about the same height on the chest. Let's go down the legs. So we're going to do the legs first before we get into the arms, because the arms I'm going to have them on our hips. So from the waistline, from here, again, I'm angling the body this way towards the hip, and then I'm going to rotate the legs the opposite direction just to balance her out. So from this point, I'm going to curve out. From this point, I'm going to curve down and out. Okay, so they're curving in this way. I'm going to connect those 2 points with a curve that goes down. Now in the middle here, she's got this little buckle. So on either side, I'm going to draw 2 straight lines. I'm going to trace that area out with a little frame. 2 lines on the side, line along the top, then on the bottom, and then I'm going to draw a little heart in the middle. So in the center, coming down, curving up to the top, and then back down to the middle. Do the opposite on the other side. And then in these white spaces on the side, I'm just going to split it to 2 lines, just to give it that metal look, like we did with the neck. Okay, from here, let's get into the legs. So, like I said, because her weight is pushed this way, this leg on the front is going to have to go in the opposite direction, just to balance her out, because the center line is where all her weight's going to be. So, I'm going to draw her legs to about here. So from the hip, I'm going to kick it out, and then drop it down towards the top of the boot. I'm just drawing a curve like that. This side, I'm going to draw in the opposite direction, so this way. So making sure we come down to the knee at the same height, curving out, and then down to the knee. Let's go up to the upper torso. So right up here in the middle, just going to draw a little curve like that, okay? Now from here, I'm going to draw the inner part of the leg with a straight line towards the knee, and the knee is going to get quite narrow. Just going to draw a straight line down here. And then on this side, I want to make sure that the knee is the same width on both sides here. So I'm going to leave a little bit of space. Come in to about the same height there. Let's cap these knees off with a straight, sort of curved line that goes across and just overlaps those knee lines like that. Okay, so you got a little overhang on either side. Let's draw this boot in first. So this foot's going to be pointing in that direction. And we draw the foot down to about here. So from this end, curve down towards the heel. I'm going to draw a straight line for the heel. Go straight up. And now we're going to draw the front of the foot. So from this point, I want to curve to the front of the foot. We'll draw a little short line at the toe just to cap it off. From here, I'm going to make one smooth curve all the way to the top of this boot. So starting at the top, we'll curve down like that. Let's draw the opposite side. So this is the opposite flipped over. But instead of drawing a curve like this, like we did here, we're going to curve in the opposite direction. So curving down like that, making sure they're at the same height. Straight line across the bottom, go straight up. Now we're going to draw that curve to the front of the toe. Again, making sure that they're the same length. We'll cap the toe off. From this top of the boot to the toe, we're going to draw a curve just like that. Okay, so we got the legs. Let's get into the final part, the arms. So, like I said, I'm going to start from the shoulders, come out to the elbows, into the hands on the hip. So if I have this shoulder here coming out to the elbow, I'm going to draw a straight line from the shoulder to the elbow. From here, I'm going to curve in towards the wrist. So now from here, I want to make sure I leave enough space in here for the hands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the width of the wrist, like that, with a curve. Now from here, I'm going to go straight and just kind of let it vanish off, leaving a little gap here. I want to do an overlap and draw a straight line up underneath that shoulder pad. For the hand, here I'm just going to draw a curve in towards the hip at the top. From this point, I want to curve and pull that right in. This is the back meat of the hand here. So now what I want to do is I want to step back a little bit, draw a little curve, and then at that same point, I'm going to go out and then curve that right into that hip. Along this arm, I'm going to draw a series of lines, just like I did with the stomach and with the neck. So from here, from this point, I'm just going to curve right into that elbow and then continue along this line up the arm go to this side and do the same thing. So we're going to flip this over. Starting from the shoulder, so the shoulder sits right here. I'm going to come out towards the elbow. So making sure, draw a straight line like this. Now we're going to draw the under part of the arm. Coming in, we're going to round out the cuff of the sleeve. Now we're going to go straight into the elbow, leaving a little gap here. Up here we're going to draw a straight line into the forearm. And then from here, I'm going to curve up. Now the bottom meat of the hand coming in. Go up a little bit, draw a little curve. Up here we're going to go straight across and then right into the hip. And then finally we're just going to draw a few stripes along the arm, curving into the elbow, and then up the arm like that. One more right here. And one last thing, we're just going to draw the back side of the shoulder pad. So from this point, I want to curve in the opposite direction of this underneath the arm. So curving in like that, into that point there. Do the same thing. So you want to imagine this line curving underneath the arm and then back up again. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Mettaton EX from Undertale. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please give us a like and make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.